Let us go to the session. Hope my video and audio is good to you. Welcome to this session on Zomato restaurant analysis using Python. Yes, now everything has become the technology background. So all the business, education, everything is going behind the technological concepts. Okay, so now also due to pandemic, we are all learning in the Zoom platform, which is again a technology. Whereas the Zomato restaurant analysis, which we have taken as a topic of discussion today, it is also using a concept called data analysis, data science kind of technology to check whether who is ordering more kind of food, which is the favorite food, how they should do the advertisement. Digital marketing is involved in Zomato restaurant analysis. So n number of technologies behind each business. Yes, we are going behind and we are using the technology more and more each and every day. Okay, so in each technology, what kind of programming is used? So when we come to that kind of discussion, yes, Python. The Python is the most widely used programming language for all these technology. Okay, so that is what we are more focusing on Python, where if you know about Python, you know what kind of technology they are using for this kind of analysis of, or not only for Zomato restaurant, any kind of business analysis are mostly involved using the Python knowledge. Or Python programming language is used for this kind of analysis. Okay, so that's why this topic is we have chosen for our Digibyte. Yes. Before that, we give my technical presentation to our trainer. And let me say who we are. Okay, SkillTechnika. You would have got this. What is that? Flyers you would have got, posters you have got. You would have seen this name in your Facebook or Instagram or WhatsApp. Everywhere you have seen this. So who we are actually? We are the futuristic skill development platform where we do all latest technological training. We not only do the training, we do the industrial exposed training, where all our trainers are from industry. That's why along with the industry exposure, your trainings will be scheduled, or curriculum is scheduled according to that. So we not only do training, we do internships, placement assistantship. Yes, completely for Python, we are giving the placement assurity, and we do product development because we are doing IoT course where IoT is involved in product development. We are doing our own products are there. Project support for final year students as well as for the companies, MNCs we are doing. So all these details you can go through www.skilltechnika.com. You may ask what kind of futuristic technology training you are doing. So here I have list down Internet of Things, artificial intelligence, machine learning, deep learning, data science, web full stack, Python full stack. So all this latest technological training we are doing in SkillTechnika. Okay, so how we differ from others? There are a number of training platforms. How we differ? First thing is we never compromise on the quality of the delivery. The quality of the training is what I can say that I can assure that when you join with us, you learn and go and excel in your career. So that is our motto. And also one more thing, what we want to do is everybody, when they think about technology, they think that it's, oh, how to learn this, whether it is easy or difficult. No, you no need to worry about whether it is easy or difficult. We are making the tech learning easy way. Okay, how easily or in a comfortable way you can learn. That is our main motto, along with the quality of the delivery or quality of the training. Okay, so we only appoint the industry-based trainers. That's then only you can get the real scenario of what is happening in the industry. So we never compromise on the quality of the delivery. Along with that, we are giving the 100% placement assurity for Python program. For other programs, we will do the assistantship. Okay. Yes, why we are talking about so much about Python now and why it is so important. You can see this figure, and you can see all the technologies from AI, ML, data science, IoT, everything is now web development also using Python. Okay, that is why the Python is the need of the hour now. We already not only do the training for students or job seekers, we do training for the industry people also. These are all our already existing learners or our alumni. when you ask about placement, yes, these are all the companies already we are associated with. We have tied up with all these tier 1 and tier 2 companies. Few we have listed down. We have 370 plus recruiting partners with SkillTechnika. Okay, so we do 100% job assurity for Python because Python has huge job opportunities already existing. To be frank, today also we got 30 openings where they need for Python developers. So this is a need of the hour. So more than SkillTechnika, I would like to say choose Python, which is going to be eye-opening technology for your career. Whoever wants to switch over from Java, you can very well take up this course. Who wants to start the career? Yes, Python can be a platform. Who wants to, what is that, job seekers, who wants to get a job? Yes, choose this programming language. You are within 3 months, you can say that, I can say that you can become employable in any kind of MNC. Okay, so with this introduction, I would like to, we will go to the topic, right? Today, our trainer or our industry expert who is expert in Python, Mr. Sriram Siddharth, will be taking over the session, and he will explain you how the Zomato restaurants analysis is done using Python. Okay, it's over to you, Mr. Sriram. You can take over the session.
Thank you, Sumi, for the beautiful intro about the institute and myself. Thank you all. So I have shared my screen. Please let me know whether my screen is visible and my voice is audible to everyone. Anyone?
Yes, Sriram.
Yes, it is visible. Thank you. Thanks for the response. So guys, as ma'am told, my name is Sriram Siddharth. So I have near about 5+ years of experience in the field of analytics. I predominantly work related to data science. Okay. So here in today's session, the topic of discussion is going to be EDA using Zomato dataset. So EDA means exploratory data analysis. Okay. So first I will just quickly walk you through Python and what is full stack in 2 slides. As you are already aware of Python, so you would have seen many places what is Python, all those things. So I don't want to bore you with all the known stuff. So anyways, today we will learn something that is new. So as you are aware, Python is one of the programming languages that is available, and it is also considered as one of the simplest programming languages as well by far. And as ma'am was stating in her introduction, it is used in most of the places, starting from web development to app development and for analytics. So as you have seen in the previous slides shown by Sumi ma'am, so machine learning, data science, artificial intelligence, everywhere it is used. All right. So this is a short overview about Python. So it is used in many places for developing applications and for analysis. Next, having said that, full stack web development. So what is this full stack web development? So here again, we are going to use Python for this full stack web development. So you might be wondering, what is this term? It is nothing but, hope many of you will be watching cricket, right? So it is, you can relate it with cricket. Okay, so in cricket, you will be having all-rounders, right? They will be good at batting. They'll be good at bowling as well. They'll be good at fielding. All those things are there. They are referred to as all-rounders who are good at all. So likewise, full stack web developers are nothing but they work related to front-end technology as well as back-end technologies. Okay. The next question that might arise is, what is full stack web development and back-end front-end? So I have given you that detail as well. So front-end is nothing but what you see on your screen when you open your Google Chrome. You see that search page, right? So we call that as user interface. Okay, so whatever you see on your Google page, you start typing what you want to search. So that interface is what we call as UI. It is user interface, and front-end developers work on that. So front-end developers are what you see on your screen, they develop that. And back-end developers are, once you type something, there will be some operation that will be taking place and you'll be getting some results, right? So those operations that take place in the back end are taken care by back-end developers. Okay, so using your Python, you can create web page, all sorts of other activities like database connections, those things as well can be performed. So this is a short overview about your full stack web development and the path to become a full stack developer. So no matter what you're learning, you need to be strong at fundamentals, right? So first you have to master the fundamentals of Python. Next, after that, in order to become a web developer, you have to have good knowledge on web development frameworks. So here, during your course, you will be taught Django, which is one of the famous web development frameworks available in Python. Next, after that, you will not only be just learning, you will also be hands-on, working on the topics as well as the completed. So hands-on exposure will also be given to you with real-world projects. And after that, once you are done with the first three things, the next part will be like, so if you want to teach some of your friends about programming, if you are interested to teach them what you have learned, you can very well go with that, and then you can apply for your dream job as well, or you can even freelance for some clients. So once you know the technology, then everything is at your place. Okay, so you can make use of it as you want. So having said much about your Python, we will enter into the topic, which is EDA. So the full form of EDA is exploratory data analysis. So many might be wondering what is exploratory data analysis. So you will be familiar with the term data analysis, right? By that you can interlink that we are going to perform some analysis on data. So that is entirely the right thing. But I will like to put forth with an example. So as you can see in the first point, so let's suppose you want to watch a movie. So what you do, you will watch the reviews of the movie first, then you will go for it. Next, suppose you want to purchase a mobile or a laptop, what you will do, you will watch some unboxing videos to get better understanding of what are all the features that are available in that particular mobile or laptop. Or if you want to watch, if you want to buy a car, you will watch videos related to reviewers who are reviewing that car. So all these things, why you do? Because you want to purchase that product. So you are getting to know about it, right? The same way here, data analysis is nothing but you want to get to know about your data. And that is the reason why you perform your exploratory data analysis. Okay. So here by doing exploratory data analysis, you will be able to understand your data better and you will be able to work on it. So obviously you are going to be the person who are going to work on the data. So you need to have good insights about the data, right? So here, in order to get that insight, you are going to perform your exploratory data analysis. So here in this exploratory data analysis, there are many things that are involved. But here today, we are going to concentrate on one particular thing, which is data visualization. Okay. So as I told you, many things that are there, and in one session, it is not practically possible to complete. So we are going to concentrate on one particular aspect of EDA, which is visualization. Okay. And here we are going to take Zomato dataset and we are going to perform the operations on it. So here the dataset will be having 21 columns, and after that you will be having multiple rows for our analysis. The main objective here is to understand the details and patterns that are present in that data. Next question will be is, how are we going to understand the details and patterns, right? So here, as you can see, those things are understood with the help of data visualization. So obviously, many of you will be working related to Excel, right? So at least once in your lifetime, you would have definitely used Excel. So using your Excel, you can perform charts, graphs, all those things can be performed, right? So here, using your Python also, we can do your graphs and plots. Okay, so here data visualization is nothing but plotting your data and getting to understand what your data is about to offer us. And thereby doing data visualization, even a non-technical person can understand. So as you would have heard about a saying, a picture speaks more than 1,000 words could, right? So that is true. So if you are having thousands of rows of data, it is not practically possible for me to analyze the data manually, right? So this is where your data visualization come into a picture. Okay, and here the next part, you can look into the last point. So the main in your data visualization is to get details about your data. So the details are nothing but to detect what patterns your data is following, what trend your data has, what are all the hidden patterns that it is following. So all those things can be understood with the help of data visualization. Next, after that, here, why this data visualization play a major role in EDA is because here, everywhere I have used the term data, right? And as you are very well aware, in the current era that we are in, data is being rapidly generated every second, right? Suppose, let's say you are making some online transaction, you transfer fund to your friends or family. That is a data that is being generated by you. Next, if you are taking some like loan amount or something from a bank, so they have your data. So this person has taken this much loan amount. Next, you go to an ATM and withdraw some amount. That is also a data. So this time you have withdrawn this much amount. So there are data that are being generated by you every now and then. You watch an YouTube video. That is also a data that is being generated, right? So here we have abundant data that are available, and what can be done with that data and how it can be used for the benefit of the company. So thereby analyzing it, we can understand what can be done to improve the profitability of the company. And if suppose you get a chance, so here you are going to make a decision based on your data, and the decision is going to make some changes in the business. Okay, so this is all about why we need data. Okay, so having said that, how we are going to do that data analysis. Okay, so here we have many libraries in Python that helps us to perform your data analysis. Okay, so here I have listed out very few libraries that we are going to use in our session today. Apart from that, there are n number of libraries that are available. Okay, so as you can see here, first is pandas, next matplotlib, then plotly. So here we are going to work with our data set, right? So we want to load the data set to our Python environment. So how we can load that to your Python environment is with the help of your package called as pandas. So it helps for loading your file to your Python environment and to perform basic analysis on those data. Next, matplotlib and plotly. They are used for visualizing your data. Visualizing in the sense you perform your visualizations in your Excel, right? Those visualizations can be done using your libraries, matplotlib and plotly. And as well, there are many other libraries that support visualizations. To name some, Seaborn, Mayavi, there are other libraries as well that support visualization. But for our session today, we are just going to go with these three libraries alone. Okay, so having said enough about this EDA, the next thing that we will do is we will move on to the hands-on part. Okay, so we will move into our Python environment and we will try to understand what we are going to do. And meanwhile, if you have any doubts, okay, you can feel free to post it in the chat box. Okay, as and when I see those questions, I will respond to it. Okay, fine. So first, what data set we are going to work on is, this is the data set that we are going to work. It is Zomato's dataset. Here, Zomato will be having tie-ups with many restaurants, right? So that is why we have taken this and we are going to understand how the Zomato restaurant analysis is all about. Okay, so here you can see for each restaurant, there will be a restaurant ID, then name of the restaurant, then the country code, then which city, then address. So if you look into it, it will have all the details and average cost spent for 2 person in that restaurant, then whether they have online food delivery or not. Okay, so has stable booking, whether it has stable bookings. So obviously if you're a person who has used or is using Zomato, you can even book tables at some restaurants as well. So many will be having an idea Zomato is a food delivery app, right? So you will be ordering some food and Zomato delivers you the food. It is not only that, you can even book some restaurant tables using Zomato, and also whether it has online delivery feature or not, and after that whether the price range. So what is the price range? It is a categorical data. It is a rating from 1 to 5. What is the price range? Then what is the average rating? So all those things are available here, and how many people have voted for this particular restaurant. So you have those details. So I have just given you a simple overview of this data set. We are going to load this data set to your Python environment. So here, as you can see, you are having near about 10,000. Okay, I can call it 10,000 because we have 9,500. I don't want to stick to that 9,500. We have near about 10,000 rows of data that are available here. Okay, so we are going to load this data to your Python environment, and we are going to understand what insights we can gather from this data set. Okay, so with no further delay, we will move to the Python environment. So here, for our session, I'm going to use Jupyter Notebook, which is one of the IDEs that is used for performing your Python coding. Okay, so IDE means Integrated Development Environment. So for performing coding, we need some platform, right? So as a platform, I'm using this Jupyter Notebook. Okay, so here the code we will start with this. First, we have to import pandas. So as I told you, pandas is a package that helps us in loading your data set and to perform basic analysis. So I'm loading pandas. Next, Zomato is the data set that we are going to work with. So I'm loading the data set and I'm printing the top two values. Okay, top two values alone I'm printing. So as you can see, whatever data I have here, you can see first one is 6317637. So I just go on top. So 6317637. So whatever data I have here is being loaded here to your Python environment. And as I was telling you, we had near about 9,000 rows of data and 21 columns, right? So you can see you have 21 columns. And as I have displayed only top two rows here, as you can see, I have displayed only top two rows. So that's why you are having only two rows mentioned here. Okay. Next, what we are going to do is we are going to understand this data set. So as I was saying you, exploratory data analysis is all about getting to know about your data, right? So we are going to understand what this data set is all about. Okay. So first thing I'm doing is whether this data contains any missing values or not, I'm checking. Okay, missing values in the sense, here you can see this cuisine. It is having some values that are not available. Okay, not available in the sense, it might be missed due to some manual error or due to some technical error as well. So if the data is not present, we call it as missing value. So if the count is 0, it means the data are present. And here for your cuisine, we have 9 as the count. So it means that 9 data are missing. So as I have shown you there, we had near about 9,500 rows of data. In that 9 rows, the value is missing for your cuisine. Okay, so this is one insight that we have gathered. And if you want to know what is the column name, so above code you can use, but you can see it is very large, right? So I have to go through all of these to understand that your cuisine is having missing value. But what you can do instead, I want only the column name. Okay, so I can directly get the column name as well. So what I'm doing is I'm checking whether my data is having missing values. Is NA is a method that is used to check whether your data has missing value. And out of it, I'm filtering out the NA values. Okay. And in the original data set, I'm passing that NA value column name, and I'm getting to know what column has that missing value. So here your cuisines is having the missing value. Next, what I'm going to do is I have another one data set that is called as country code. So here, if you go to this data set, you are having country code here, but the country name will not be present in this data set. Okay, the country name is not present. You have only the country code. So where can I map my country name here? Because 162, I do not know what it is representing, right? So it can be any country. So how can I know the country name? So here I have a separate Excel file that gives you the details of country code. So here you can see these are the details that I have. Okay. So here, as you can see, I have printed only top 5 values. So if you just give head alone, it will print top 5 values alone. Okay, on top I have shown you how to print top 2 values. Here, if you give just head alone, it will print only the top 5 values in that data set. So here, if the country code is 1, it is representing India. If country code is 14, it is representing Australia. This is what you have. So now what I'm going to do is, in the About Zomato data set, you have only the country code, but you do not have the country name. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to merge both the data set. Okay, so I'm going to merge the data set based on country code, because country code is the common name, right? Common column name, and I'm going to merge them. So if I merge, you can see here you have your country code, which was already present. And if you scroll to the right, you can see the country name is also present. Okay, so earlier this country will not be present in your data set. As you can go and see here, if I go to the extreme end, you have only till vote, right? How many people have voted for this particular restaurant? But as you can see here, after votes, you have country. So you are taking one data from a different Excel sheet as well. So if you want, you can combine multiple data sets as well here. If you are a person who has worked related to SQL, you know how to perform joins, right? So here the same, I'm doing it. So I'm making an inner join here. Okay, if you are a programmer, or if you are a person who has worked related to database, then I believe definitely you can relate to what is being done here. Okay, so the next part is we are going to look into the visualization part. Okay, so we will from here concentrate fully on visualization. So as I was saying, in exploratory data analysis, one part is visualization. So we are taking that alone here. Okay. So here, what are all the country names that are available? I'm going to take. Okay. So here I'm using a method called as unique. So unique means it will take only the unique data that are available. Okay. So here it will take unique data alone. So here, as you can see, you are getting, these are the country names that are unique, and the total number of length here is 15. Okay, so 15 data you have here. So there are 15 countries in which Zomato is operating. So here, as you know, Zomato is a multinational company. It is having branches or business in 15 countries. So we cannot conclude it is operating only in 15 countries, but based on the data that is available with us, we can say we have details for 15 countries. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to plot the details. Okay, so for this, as I told you earlier, we'll be using a library called as Plotly for performing our plots. Okay, so here the code might seem to be bigger, but it is just the draft. So here I'm just giving the font size, the text name, then after that the shadow should be there, or show arrows, whether arrow should be pointed or not. So these are just basic things that we are going to project here. So labels are nothing but for x-axis and y-axis, what name you want to give. Next, what are all the values that you need to have here. Okay, so this is what we are representing here. And if I plot this, okay, I told you we have 15 countries, right? So here you can see, I hover over this, you can see it is very interactive. So you can see I just keep my cursor on that, it is showing me what country it is and what is the percentage. All right. So one advantage of using Plotly is it is very interactive. So you just keep your cursor there and you will be able to look into your data. And towards your right, you can see you have your legends as well, what each country is pointing. So blue color is represented using your India is represented using your blue, then United States with red. So likewise, you have other countries detail as well. And here, as you can see, Zomato is an Indian-based company. So most of its operation is related to India. So 90.6% of Zomato's operation or this particular data is about India alone. So as you can see, Zomato is a startup from India, and hence the business is spread across Indian restaurants. So obviously it can be like Zomato is planning to like develop themselves in other countries as well. But since its operation is mainly based on India, the data is concentrated towards India alone. So next, what we are going to look into is we are trying to understand the ratings and color indexes that are given. So here what I'm going to do is I'm going to group by my data based on the rating color. That is, if it is 5, okay, what is the rating color that they have given? They usually give the color representation as well, right? So here, as you can see from this data, 0 means white color rating. So if it is less than 2 or if it is less than 2.5, they are giving red color. That is to indicate it is a poor rating. Next, after that, if the rating is 2.5 or above, they are giving orange color, which means it is average rating. So they have the rating, aggregate rating, then what is the color for that particular rating, and the rating text, whether it is good, better, best, poor, worst, all those things, and how many people have rated this. So all those details I have. So you can see the representation of it also is given. So if the rating is 0, it means that no one has rated that. Okay, it is white color. Next, 1.8 to 2.4, it is red color and it is poor rating. So likewise, you have so on and so forth. Okay. So now what we are going to understand is we are going to plot the rating details. So here, as you can see, there are more number of restaurants that are not rated. So as on top, we have discussed white color is pointing to no rating, right? So as you can see here, white color is pointing to not rated. So here, most of the restaurants are not having any ratings at all, right? So what it means is the insight is shared here. So maximum restaurants seem to have gone no ratings. So you can see this point, we can understand from this image that many restaurants are not having rating. And here what happens is we will look into some specific countries. Okay, the next part we are going to analyze furthermore. And what you can conclude from this is many restaurants have not been rated. And here the next highest rated are your yellow and orange, right? So here, if you go to yellow and orange, so you can see the restaurants have 2.5 to 3.4 rating, which is average, and some restaurants have 3.5 to 3.9 rating, which is good. And you can see very few restaurants are falling in the range of red category. So red category in the sense poor. And after that, with regards to very good and excellent as well, only few restaurants are falling. Okay, so you can see the last two. Okay, so here usually we tend to give good rating if you find the food very like you enjoy eating, right? If it is like expected things should be satisfied, right? So you have something in mind while you order. Okay, it should be delicious, right? So here most of the things are in place with regards to average rating, which is from 2.5 to 3.5. Okay, so satisfying people nowadays is a big task here. So now what they can do here, they can understand that 2.5 to 3.5. So many restaurants are offering food that are not that much good, and people are not that satisfied with the food that are delivered by those restaurants. So what they have to do, definitely they have to take some step, right? Because they will lose their customers. So obviously there are many competitors, right? If not Zomato, I have Swiggy, right? If not Swiggy, I have the A, B, C. I have n number of other service providers that are there. If not you, I'll go to the other, right? That's what people mentality is. So based on this one simple bar chart, you are able to gather many insights, right? So likewise, we will be plotting many things here. And as you can see, country wise, we are looking into the average rating. So here, white is where we do not have much ratings, right? So here we are looking into that country. You can see India is the country that do not have many ratings. So here Indian is a country, rating is very low. Okay, so you can see I have created a column called as no rating. And here, what is the count of it? In India, for orders of near about 2139 orders were not rated. Okay, so for example, if you don't rate, what happens is people may not be getting to know how good the restaurant is offering their food, right? So whether you like it or you don't like it, just we have to rate and let other people know. Okay, obviously, if you are going to watch a movie, so as I have given you an example in my slide, so what happens is you look for the review of the movie, you look for the review of a car to purchase it, right? So obviously the same thing goes for your food delivery as well. So here you can see the insight that we are gathering from that plotting and what we have performed. So it is not only about plotting your data, it is also about understanding what that plot represents. Okay, I can do hundreds and hundreds of plotting, but it has sense only if you can explain that graph, right? So with this graph, I have explained you near about 2 to 3 minutes, right? And with this graph, I have explained you a minute or two. So just plotting it is not going to help anyone. You have to be in a position to explain what that graph is all about. Next, after that, I'm giving you a pie chart, whether they are offering online delivery is there or not. So 74.3%, they do not have online delivery service, and only 25% have online delivery service. Okay, so this is the insight that we are gathering. So only 25% of restaurants accept online delivery. Okay, so most of it might be related to high-end restaurants where you have to book your seats, you have to go and eat there. So obviously in that data set that I have shown you, you had booking options, right? Has table booking or not. So you have to book your table, go to the restaurant and eat there. So most of the restaurants are falling in that particular category. So that's why here you are getting the data like this. Next, after that, what we are going to plot here is, so again, as I told you, you don't go by the lines of code. This is going to remain the same. Okay, on top also I have used the same. Okay, I'm not going to modify this. This remains the same. So for everything, you are just going to give a alternate title name for the graph. So all that matters is what data you are passing. Okay, so this is what that matters. And here what we are going to analyze is, I have my Zomato present city wise, right? So here in India, you have many cities for which Zomato offering is there. So here I'm just checking on city wise. So earlier I have checked country wise. Now I'm checking city wise, that is in India. What are all the city or state where Zomato is offering their food delivery? And as you can see here, most of the places are concentrated towards New Delhi, then after that Gurgaon, Noida, and Faridabad. So other places are contributing only very least. Okay, so you can see the size is too small. So you can see from this, if I just hover over, then you can see the name of the city or state. But still, here these cities for New Delhi, Gurgaon, Noida, and your Faridabad are contributing more to the food delivery service Zomato. Okay, so now what we are going to do is we are going to understand further on this particular cities. Okay, obviously the other cities are contributing very least, right? So we will try to understand from that data how it is. Okay, next is asking and answering questions. Okay, so here it is not only about plotting. From that plot, what answer you are going to ask. So the answer will be, why only these cities or state are performing good, why not the other? If a question is asked, you need to have an answer, right? So some places might be rural areas, or some places might not have good restaurants, and some restaurants may not have registered with Zomato. So here, I'm not a person who is working for Zomato, but I can come up with these insights, right? Then they can also. So by analyzing the data, they will understand what new things can be done, and they will try to improve it. Suppose, for example, let's say you are attending a test. You score like out of 50, you are scoring 30 marks. Okay. So here you have scored less. So what you do, next time if the examination is on the same topic, you will prepare well and you will excel in that exam, right? The same way here, based on the data, they analyze what can be done, and they will improve their service to the customer. So let's say you are purchasing some product from a nearby supermarket. If their quality of product is not good, what you will do? So you are not a loyal customer. Even though they are not giving you a right product, we cannot stick to that particular supermarket itself. You will go to the next supermarket that is like 10 meters away or 20 meters away, right? Obviously, Swiggy, if they are not having tie up with proper restaurants, so Swiggy is not going to cook your food. The restaurants are going to, right? So obviously, Swiggy has to tie up with proper restaurants, else they are going to lose their customers. So they will have to look into these aspects, and they have to take a call accordingly. What need to be done in order to gain more customers in those areas where they are lagging. So just from this image, you can give multiple content. You can ask a question, why we do not have customers, and you have multiple answers for it as well. So your analysis is all about asking the right question and getting the right answer. Okay, so you have heard about WH questions, right? When, where, what, how, all those things. So you have to ask those questions in analytics very often. Only then you will get your answers. Okay, so those questions are mandatory when you are working related to data. Okay, next one is, from which locality minimum hotels are listed in Zomato, we are going to check. Okay, so obviously, let's suppose you are in a place where there are not many restaurants that are available. So you have to travel to a faraway place and to eat some food at restaurant, good restaurants, right? So here what we are going to understand is the locality where there are maximum hotels that are listed. Okay, so not minimum, maximum. So here I'm plotting the data. So here I'm taking Delhi locality. Okay, for example purpose, I'm taking one locality here, which is I'm taking Delhi, and in that, what are all the city details? What are all the restaurant details that are available? So here, obviously, I can take all the cities, but the data will be too clumsy. Okay, so here the objective is to have a clear understanding on visualization, right? So if I plot for all the cities, the data will be too clumsy. So I'm just taking one city to explain you. So whatever I'm explaining holds good for larger data set as well. Okay, so here I'm taking Delhi. I'm checking how many restaurants are there, and I'm plotting the top 10 values. Okay, this is what I'm doing here. Okay, so taking the localities, which is Delhi, and I'm checking how many restaurants are there, and I'm plotting a bar plot of top 10 restaurants. Okay, so everywhere I have given head 10, right? So you can see head 10. So it means that top 10 values alone I'm plotting. So I can plot any number, but here I'm just showing you with top 10 values. So it fits my screen. So that's the reason. Okay, so here, as you can see, cannot place. This is having the maximum number of restaurants, followed by Rajouri Garden. So likewise, you can see which is having the maximum number of restaurants. So in the first place, 120 restaurants are there, which is cannot place. Next one is Rajouri Garden. It is having near about 100 restaurants that are present. So you are just analyzing the places where you have maximum number of restaurants here. So here you can see how high number of restaurants registered with Zomato. Okay, now what we can do is, whether that particular restaurant where it is present in that particular place, whether they are having good restaurants, whether they are offering good cuisines, or what is the rating. We can try to understand those things as well. Okay, so before moving forward, I would like to take a pass. If you have any questions, I can answer that. Okay, so in the chat box, I have one question from Rushikesh, how to work on live data. So here to work on live data, you have libraries, like you can connect to your database as well. Here anyways, I have not connected to database. So from database, you can connect and you can fetch live data and you can work. You can also have refreshing options as well. Okay, so that can be done. But here I have taken a data that is already available. Okay. Next, so let me check another question. Yes, so I had one question and I have answered it. If at all you have any other questions, please feel free to ask.
Yeah, Rushikesh, you would like to speak to trainer? Can I get a yes or no in the chat section? Because you raised your hand, would you like to speak to the trainer?
I think it's because he has put a question in the chat box. So I have answered his question now.
Okay. So from your side, some more presentation is there?
Yeah, we do have.
Yeah.
Okay, actually I have passed here to answer the questions that are put.
Okay. Yeah, okay, no issue.
Fine. So moving forward, guys, so we have few more plots that we have to understand here. So what kind of cuisines are having high rates? Okay, that is, what are all the cuisines, like you have Chinese, continental, all those things, right? So here, as you can see, these are the cuisines that are offered in those restaurants, right? So here I have these things. So the restaurant might have multiple cuisines, right? So here you can see this restaurant is offering North Indian, Chinese, Italian, and continental. The another restaurant is offering continental, Italian, Asian, and Indian. Likewise, you have cuisines that are offered by various restaurants that are present in this particular area, which is Connaught Place. So now first we looked into countries, then we drill down to cities. From that city, I have taken one particular part, which is Delhi, and from Delhi, I have taken one particular place. Okay, so you can see how we are drilling down the data to understand it. Okay, so here I'm just plotting the cuisine details. So as you can see here, this is like, you can see it is like a poster, right? But it is created using your Python. So you can see restaurant cuisines. So you can see Asian foods, Chinese, that are in like larger font size. They are the cuisines that are available. Chinese, North Indian, Italian, American. So these are the widely used cuisines. Depending on the size of that font, which is used the most in that particular locality it is referring to. Okay, so here you can see between your Mandarin, Mediterranean, and Chinese. So what happens is you have Afghani and Eastern. So they are used, they are present only in very few restaurants. Okay, next after that you can see these four are the top rated cuisines that are available: North Indian, Chinese, Italian, and American. So those restaurants are offering those cuisines more. And next, what we are doing is how many restaurants accept online delivery we are checking. So here you can see Connaught Place is offering online delivery, in which there are certain restaurants that do not offer as well. Okay, so blue color line represents how many restaurants offer online delivery, and your brown color line represents how many do not offer online delivery. Okay, the next part here is understanding restaurants rating. So in that particular locality, we are going to move to another two localities. We have already seen enough about Connaught Place, right? So we have something called as Defense Colony. Next is Malviya Nagar. So you can see what is the rating those restaurants are having. So most of the restaurants are having average and good ratings here. So with this, what we can conclude? So the restaurants in the place of Defense Colony and Malviya Nagar, they are offering some good food service to the customers. So you can see if they are offering good service, it will be reflected in their ratings, right? So you can see obviously here the ratings are higher. You can see they are offering some good deliveries. Next, after that, which location has highest rated restaurant? So you can see the average ratings and not rated, all those things I have, right? So next, what we are going to check is which is the highly rated restaurants in your Delhi region. So you can see here, I have given you a graph. So you can see these are the top restaurants in Delhi that are offering some good foods. So you can see, so Delhi, the restaurant name is Purimal Mohan Lal Kulfi Wali. Next, after that, another one, Cafeteria and Co. So next one is Food Scouts. So they are offering some good foods. So here I just used map to represent the location where it is present. So it is in and around Delhi region. Okay, these are the restaurants that are offering some foods with good ratings. Next, after that, here common eateries. So what are all the common things that people prefer to eat? So you can see in Starbucks, the average rating is 3.75. Costa Coffee, the average rating is this one. Then Barista, the average rating is this one. So based on the restaurant name and their rating, I'm getting the details here. So based on this, I believe you would have got an understanding of what is EDA. It is all about drilling down your data and getting to know more about it. Okay. Having said much, okay, I will take a pass. I believe everyone had learned something new today. Okay, I will leave the floor to Sumi ma'am. If at all you have any plots, okay, so we have a question, sir, how to plot live data? Rishikesh, I believe I have already answered your question. If you have a live data, you can even plot live data as well. Okay, so that question I have answered. If you had missed, I will repeat. So even you can connect to a database, so where you will be getting live data. So there are many libraries for connecting to databases as well. So as and when you get your data, it can be plotted lively. You have to put it in a server. So here we are working in our local environment. This is called as local environment. But once you start to work in industry, what code you are having, you will deploy it in a server. Okay. So what happens is the code will be running continuously. So as and when you get live data, you can see those visualization in the form of some applications. Okay. So hope that answers your question.
Yes.
Ma'am,
Thank
the
you,
floor is
Sriram.
to you. Yeah, I will stop sharing my screen. You can please take it up from here.
Yes, participants, keep posting your questions. By the time, I would like to call upon to share the details about our upcoming course. George or Saravanan, who is going to share?
Yes, ma'am, I will be doing.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Saravanan, sir, please go ahead and tell about our upcoming. In connection with our presentation, please have a look about what course we are offering. By the time, you can put your technical queries in the chat box also. Yes, sir. Over to you.
Yes, madam. Thank you. Thanks. Good evening, participants. Hope the session goes very well and it is more interactive. Some like there are so many questions have been asked and it has been still answering by the China. The Sriram sir is one of the most perfect trainer and he is a very knowledgeable person who is able to give a training in such way. So we have a very good trainer for this Python full stack course, and I really thank everyone for the participation in this session in the Saturday evening. I'll be handling everyone one by one by giving you a call after the session or by tomorrow. We'll discuss further, and we are going to start the course. I mean, we are regularly every week we are starting the course, and with a good number of participants. And now we are also going to start the course by this week. And the date is already mentioned over there in the flyer. You can see that. And what we are giving you, the guarantee is like within 99 days, you will be able to get the job. So because we are getting the openings on regular basis, every day we are getting 20 to 30 new offers from our clients. We do have around 300 plus companies who are already been tied up with SkillTechnika. And we will be able to place everyone who are looking for the job and everyone who are looking for to change their domain from any other to in Python, as you all aware that like Python is not required any coding skill or any knowledge on the coding. So trainer would also explain the same thing in the beginning. Apart from that, we also provide you the certification. We do have the tie-up with the BSS, Bharat Seva Samaj. They are the central body, and we will be joining together with them, and we are providing the certificate for the participation. And also, apart from that, we provide you the soft skill complementary course and also AA course for you. So these courses are going to help you to improve your aptitude and knowledge on getting the job to be done in a short manner, and we'll be giving you the placement assistance on regular basis. From the day one onwards, the process will get started. For any queries, we'll be open and we'll be ready to answer your queries. So the numbers are mentioned over there, and the email ID is also there in the flyer. You can note it down. Meanwhile, we'll also send an email after the session is over. So any other question related to the course or the commercials or anything, you can ask me. The usual cost of the course is 15,000. You can check in anywhere. We are the best in providing the Python course in such way and in this price. We are the topmost institution to provide you the Python. Our only focus is to give you Python and get you placed in perfect companies. So that's all from my side. If you have any questions, you can feel free to ask me. If you want to talk, we can unmute you to talk, or you can text your messages in chat box. That's all from me. Sumi ma'am, over to you. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, sir. Yes, participant, it's a wonderful opportunity. We will start answer another 2 minutes we will take because already we crossed the time. There is one query in the chat box, Sriram sir.
Yes, I will address that. So the question is again from Rishikesh. He has asked whether data mining are different from data science. So here we have to understand one thing. So data science is all about working with data. Okay. So in order to work with data, you need to have your data ready, right? So data mining is a process where you get your data from. Okay. So you have your data, then you can work on that data. So I hope that answers your question. So in order to work with data, you need to have your data. So you do data mining to get your data. Okay. Hope that answers your question.
Yes, Manasi, what is your area of interest actually? In which platform you are doing the project? We are supporting final year project 2. What is the field of project? Yes, participants, we are ready to take some more, another 1 or 2 minutes. I can take last few questions, 1 or 2 questions. Then we will end up the session. Yes, 2 more questions I can take. Manasi, please reply immediately. Any other queries? Yes, we are providing internship also. Parimala, you will get a call by tomorrow morning. Our course counselor will explain about what kind of internship and what is your field of interest. Yes, our batch starts from September 11th. It is mentioned in the flyer. Please make a note of that number. Okay, so you can discuss in person. We will. You will get a personal call from our course counselor also for more details about offers and the duration and what kind of more support you need. So everything will be explained by our course counselor. Yes, Manasi, what is your project?
Yeah, regarding Manasi case, we will take one-on-one call, ma'am. Then
yes. Okay.
What is required to be done?
Yeah, Manasi, tomorrow you will get a call. We will have a discussion. We are doing in all the fields. Okay, so starting from IoT and data science, all the field we are doing the project. Yeah, we have both weekdays and weekend batch actually. In weekdays, it is 6:30 to 8:30. Okay, in weekends, it is morning 10 to 1. So weekdays, it is Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 3 days in a week. That is every day 2 hours, 6:30 to 8:30. The next day you will be given some homework, that is some programmings will be given, assignments you have to do and come back to the Wednesday session. So like that it will go on. It is a 3 months course. Okay, so 3 months it will be core Python, basic Python and advanced Python. Along with that you will have front end and back end. In the back end you will be having MySQL, MongoDB and Django as a framework. So you will be covering all these areas. So you can excel in one platform and you can keep the other as an added qualification for your profile. Yes, Java internship. We do Java full stack also. Shortly our course counselor will communicate you. Any other queries? Yes, actually it is national recognized organization, BSS. So it will be recognized. I'm Sumi here, Head of Operations SkillTechnika. You can reach me in sumi@skilltechnika.com. Any other queries? Yes, with this, we will come to an end of the session. Already we crossed 10 minutes. Okay, participants, hope this session was very useful. Can I get a feedback? Yes, I learned about EDA. Yes, I learned about something like data analysis or what Python can do. Can I get a quick yes or no in the chat section? Is the session was useful? Did you learn something? Did you get exposed to what is happening in the Zomato restaurants? Yes. So, yeah. Yes, very good. See, the purpose of this webinar is you get exposed to what is happening in the industry or what is happening in our IT field actually. So that is the purpose. And also you will be knowing about what is the upcoming courses and it will be a better interaction. So when you spend your time, the motive is to you come and learn a topic or any kind of any interesting topics here. Yes, thank you all for joining the session and spending your valuable Saturday evening with us. Yes, we are delighted to interact with you and we are happy that we have shared some information. We have shared some knowledge about this topic to you. Yes, let us keep in touch. Wishing you all a great weekend ahead. Okay, our course counselor will communicate you, all of you personally by tomorrow. Please attend the calls and tell your queries. We will do the needful assistantship from SkillTechnika. Yes, live projects only we will do. See, everything hands-on and live projects. Nothing is recorded or something like that. Our sessions are live sessions, and post that also we will give recorded sessions also for your future reference. All the trainings comes with live session, along with you will be getting, after the post the session, we'll be sharing the recorded session also, so that you can revise when you are at home. Yes, we are giving internships. Shortly you will get a call from our course counselor. Yes, thank you all. Please, for more queries, please put it to call this number or connect at skilltechnika.com. Okay. Thank you all. Thank you so much. Wishing you all the best for your future endeavors. Okay. Thank you all. Bye. See you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you all. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Sriram sir.
Thank you, ma'am.